Deepti Gupta, why don't you tell us
Hello.
what are the lessons that you learned, what happened with you, and what's your advice to those who are watching at this time to ensure that they don't get scammed?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm a teacher by profession, so I've taken break from my job. So I was searching for the part-time jobs. So I've received a message from like Amazon, because उसपे लिखा था कि this is message from the Amazon. So I've received that message कि we need part-time employees. So I've thought कि चलो देखते हैं कि part-time job I'm looking and Amazon है तो definitely मुझे करना चाहिए. So I messaged on that number, or one number was shared in that message. So I've clicked on that, I messaged on that number. So some random girl, just picked up the call and said कि मैम आप पार्ट टाइम जॉब करना चाहते हैं. आई वाज लाइक यस. सो उसने मुझसे पूछा, मैंने उनसे पूछा कि किस तरह का काम है, आप मुझे डिटेल बताइए. सो शी वाज लाइक कि आपको कुछ हमारे अमेजोन की साइट है, आपको पता ही है कि अमेजोन की साइट है. सो इट्स अ बिग ब्रांड. So you have to buy some products from our site and you will get the commission, and with you will reimburse your purchase value too. So I was like okay, let's do it. So उसने first day तो सर 2 से 3 टास्क दिए, and first day I've got my commission of 700 rupees. और उन्होंने कहा कि मैम आज के लिए इतना बहुत है, कल हम फिर से करेंगे टास्क. सो सेकेंड डे जब मैंने उस टास्क को करना शुरू किया, सो शी वाज लाइक कि मैम अब आपको जो है आगे गाइड करेंगे, आपको एक टेलीग्राम ऐप डाउनलोड करना है. सो आई हैव डाउनलोडेड दैट ऐप, और उसने मुझे लिंक किया कि कोई धीरज ऐसे पर्सन है, वो आपको आगे गाइड करेंगे. सो धीरज का मैसेज आता है टेलीग्राम पर, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी टू आज कि आपने कल जो किया था आपको वही कंटिन्यू करना है. एंड ही सेंड मी अ लिंक एंड इज लाइक कि प्लीज इस लिंक पर चले जाइए और आपको परचेज करना है. अब उस कल के 3 टास्क के मुझे लगा पैसे मिल गए हैं. सो आई वाज लाइक कि ओके मिल जाएंगे ये वाले पैसे भी. लेकिन नेक्स्ट डे जो परचेज अमाउंट था वो बढ़ता चला गया, और वो बढ़ते बढ़ते सर वो अमाउंट जो था, after each and every task I was asking कि I want to leave this because the purchasing amount is increasing. So he was like कि no, आपको ये टास्क करना पड़ेगा, इसके बाद आपको पैसे मिल जाएंगे, ये टास्क करना पड़ेगा आपको, इसके बाद पैसे मिल जाएंगे. एवरी टाइम आई वॉज जस्ट मेरी मनी बस लग रही थी, मुझे मिल कुछ नहीं रहा था. एंड एवरी टाइम ही वॉज प्रेशराइजिंग कि नहीं आपको ये टास्क कर लीजिए, आपको पैसे मिल जाएंगे, देखिए आपके पैसों पर आपको कितना सारा कमीशन मिल रहा है. तो इस तरह करते करते सर वो जो पेमेंट थी दैट इंक्रीजेज अप टू 1 लाख. और उसके बाद मुझे समझ में आ गया जब इतने पैसे चले गए कि अब ये मुझे पैसे मिलने वाले नहीं हैं.
Here's the problem, Colonel Singh.
बहुत रिक्वेस्ट किया कि मेरी मनी,
that A, people don't get their money back. B, it's too late by the time they realize that there's a scam that they've been conned by. And the fact that there is a data breach that happens at some level which makes it seem real. If you've ordered an e-commerce packet, that packet is to reach at a certain time, that's just when you get a message with an OTP. You tend to think maybe, and it's got the name of that e-commerce company on top, it all seems so believable. What more can law enforcement do so that people aren't conned in this way, Colonel Singh?
Basically awareness.
Okay.
We are hopeful that government will bring out the data privacy bill in the next session. They said that they are going to introduce in the next parliamentary session. Because you are talking of the data breach, that is very, very important area. And if my transactions data is known to the fraudsters, maybe certainly there are some insiders are involved in that, who are passing on the information. So we have to go, law enforcement agencies have to go even after those people, that how these people are getting information. That area is perhaps missing or not being investigated thoroughly. Secondly, Jiten Jain told about the search engines also. One should be careful about the search engines, because these fraudsters are able to give ad on the search engines, and you are looking for the job or you are looking for the hospital record and you get that information, and for this the search engines must be made responsible. that how is that possible in your search engine, the person is getting the wrong information of the hospital or something. Thirdly, the immediate complaint is very, very important. 1930, like Jiten told, the complaint on the government cybercrime.gov.in informing the bank, and this is able to withhold a lot of money through whenever the complaint is made to the 1930 number. So there is a possibility. And this is a fight between the criminals and the law enforcement agencies and the people. All three have to combine together and then work against it.
Okay, I'll leave it over there. Our whole hope was to try and bring this issue, which is happening to individuals across the country, into national consciousness. Jiten wants to make a quick point before I wrap up. How should people ensure they don't get conned beyond what is obvious, which is to be vigilant?
Rahul, while we expect our citizens to be more digitally literate and not fall for the scams and expect government to do more, especially on the law enforcement side, I think we as a society must now make up our mind that whatever we discussed in last 1 hour, 80% of these victims of cases which are not even reported in the systems are those small poor farmers and people of the last leg of society which are conned by 3,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees. They don't even know where to go and complain. So for them, in their larger interest in mind, let us as a society collectively put national interest over our policy differences. Allow government to have a very strong KYC mechanism, number one. Two, whenever government wants that these private companies should have a nodal officer or a grievance officer in India, when the previous IT guidelines came in, a lot of people said that government is trying to arm twist. Why are they asking Twitter, Google, or to have a local, grievance officer in India? But see, this is what happens. That if you do not, Google is running fake, these Chinese loan app scams on their Play Store. Nobody is responsible. Multiple people make fake wallets. Nobody is responsible. So if these companies are forced to have a presence in India under a strong redressal mechanism, I think it will serve the larger interests of our society, especially the interests of the poor people at the last leg of our society.
Okay.